Hey everyone, I'm gonna start by adding 4 pounds total of frozen berries. And I'm gonna struggle with the bag a little bit because bags are hard to open. I'm gonna put them in a pot and turn the heat up to medium. Here I'm adding 2 limes to the juice of 2 limes. Lemons would have been better. They're just really expensive right now. And even better, if I could have afforded it, like I would have done organic lemons and I would have added the zest as well. That would have tasted really good. And it's on medium heat. I, for some reason, decided I'm gonna stir it, and then I'm like, wait, I can't. It's still like it's frozen pretty well. So then I added 2 cups of water total. Oh, I'm adding some blackstrap molasses because I try to get that in my diet. And usually when I add date paste to something, I also add blackstrap molasses so I can tolerate it. So I'm adding 2 cups of water here. And then I realized that I am totally out of date paste, so I have to make that as well. And that's when James decided to help me out by eating dates. Toddlers are really good at helping in kitchen stuff like that. But I mean, I'm just happy when he's like eating healthy food, so if it involves standing on a chair and staring into a camera while he does it, then so be it. It does take a really long time when you're just, you have to check the pits out of every single one. Not, forever, but I kind of kept this in here. I was like, well, I could just edit it out and pretend like I already had date paste, but this is more of like the reality of how things go when you're cooking. Like, you're just out of stuff sometimes and you have to make it. So yeah, and James is being, not, I don't know what he's doing, but this is obviously for the grandparents as well. And I know that in the future I'm going to be really happy. I have these videos of him being all crazy like he is. And yeah, so I'm still sorting through the dates. I'm still pretty blessed and happy that I do get dates for really cheap and that I can afford it in my diet though. So, how much can you complain? You can still complain a little, obviously. But I did calculate it, and I think I mentioned this in the date paste video that even though dates, I pay about $3.18 a pound, I calculated the calories per pound that I end up getting, and it's still cheaper. I still get more calories out of it than I would if I was paying like excuse me, like 99 cents a pound for an apple or something. I mostly did the calculation to make sure that I wasn't spending a lot of money on something that wasn't giving us like a lot of calories, because when I do buy dates, I buy them in bulk and I buy $10 to $20 at a time, and it does last a while. And even if I like kind of go a while where I'm just eating like a lot more dates than usual and I run out, I wait until the next month to get more, just to make sure I'm not, just only that I'm not eating too much in my diet anyway, that I'm eating other things. And we still eat a lot of really cheap like grains like oats and popcorn and stuff like that. So I know there's a lot of things that we do buy. So it's not like we still have a budget, and but I still, am willing to spend more, and I'm lucky that I can sometimes to make sure that we're just eating healthy. And here I'm just adding some boiling water to cover the dates so that they soften and they will blend better. I don't want to add too much because I like to keep all the liquid when I blend it up together. And I'm just checking on the berries now. They're releasing a lot of liquid, and I was like, shouldn't have added so much water. Oh well, not a big deal. To thicken it, I'm just taking some out for James because he wants some. And I ended up adding some ground chia seeds to it because that's what I was just going to use to thicken the mixture. And I ended up adding 3/4 of a cup of chia seeds, but they're ground. But I think that next time I'm going to just go ahead and add a whole cup to it. It did end up working out texture-wise, but I do try to get ground chia in my diet, and I don't on any kind of regular basis. So I'm just letting it boil and then like checking to see how thick it is and adding some more. It was kind of hard to tell because it's going to thicken a lot upon cooling. And James helped me, and this was like one of those, I don't know, is he gonna burn himself on the pot? But I was using my arm so that he was still like kind of a distance from it and he couldn't lower his arm to it. But that's the hard thing is I do like him to cook with me as much as possible, but there are just times where I'm just only working with like sharp knives or, you know, doing something hot and the food's gonna be too hot and there's not much he can help me with. And that can be the hard thing is he'll want to help me and then I'm like, okay, well, you helped me some, but now you have to leave, or, you know, like stand over here and just watch. And that's, you know, toddlers aren't really into like stopping and starting and stopping and starting. Like they just want to do something and they want to do it for a while. Anyway, so it's just boiling and I'm kind of not really sure how much to add, but like I said, in the end, it ended up just as thick as, you know, like jam. So at this point, I think I do add a little more, but at this point, a normal person would probably just use, like, let it cool down, and then just, like, use a potato masher and mash it up to get, like, a normal jam consistency. And if you want to sweeten it, add some date paste to it. At least it's a little too bitter for me. And here I'm trying to like explain something that I have no idea now what it was, but a lot of times there ends up being some copyright music in the background or something. And anyway, so I made some date paste and I just left about a cup in the blender, and I'm adding it seemed like it had cooled down a little bit, but obviously it hadn't at this point. And I realized it's pretty hot, so I went ahead and I unplugged it because I'm letting it cool down before I blend it. Yeah, sweetie? I can look at I'm just looking at our video that we made together. I'm explaining what I did. And so you do have to plug in your blender for it to work, but I do that a lot. And now I'm just adding the pureed jam. I guess this is like freezer jam, kind of, really non-traditional. And it's kind of like a puree at this point because I do not like the texture of jam, really. I don't like the texture of frozen berries that have been thawed. So this is really just a way that I'm trying to get, oh, thanks, bud. I'm trying to get berries into my diet every day. And I can't afford fresh berries every day, so this is just how I'm gonna do it. What, do you have anything to say, James?
Today we will make it.
What do we make? What did I make in this video? Was it some jam?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I made some jam, and here's all the jam together, and I'm just going to show you the consistency, and I'll use it in oatmeal and making salad dressings, and that's all I can actually think of right now, so.
We can talk in here.
All right, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.